Welcome back, everyone. 6:43. We know the importance of the arts, especially here in Western New York. So this morning we are going in depth. We're taking a closer look at the push to bring live theater and entertainment back.
The crown jewel of Buffalo's theater district, Shea's Performing Arts Center, sent out a survey asking supporters and subscribers to share thoughts on when they'd be comfortable coming back to the Wonder Theater. And joining us now to go in depth is the president of Shea's, Michael Murphy. Michael, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us here on 7 Eyewitness News. Let's talk about those surveys and what the response has been so far.
The response has been very positive. People are just so anxious to be able to come back to theater live. But we all know we need to do it when it's safe and when we're able to all be together in a room, as you mentioned earlier with Hello Dolly. Yeah, we all are sitting close together and it's a tight space. So we're looking forward when we can do all of that together safely. The economics of touring shows require that you have very full houses. You can't run below 85, 90%.
Wow.
It doesn't work economically. So we have to make sure that we're fully ready, that our audiences are fully ready, that everyone's comfortable and safe.
Interesting. So, you know, we are seeing now in sports arenas people spacing themselves very far apart, but that really wouldn't work for a venue like Shea's. So what would be the best case scenario as far as a timetable for reopening, and how might that look?
I still expect that it will be sometime in the fall. If we find that it's earlier, great. But I think it'll be sometime in the fall when we'll find that the health officials are able to give us the okay, but also that the audiences are comfortable coming together. And I think if there are enough vaccinations and we catch up as a country on that, and people are prepared to gather back in a room, we should be ready then. I expect that masking will take place for a long time after we reopen. I think we're going to see that everywhere for quite some time. People want to just make sure. And so we're ready for that. We'll be, of course, doing extra cleaning. That will be an ongoing matter for us. And we'll make sure the performers and crew and audience and all our volunteers, everyone is safe.
Now, Michael, we're seeing a whole list of bullet points here about how Shea's is so important to our community. This is a place where so many Broadway performing arts, Broadway tours start and continue on with their tours, but it's also where Broadway shows come. So one of those Broadway shows in particular is Hamilton, and we were all expecting to see Hamilton. It was rescheduled for this December. So what can you tell us about the future of this show? Is it still possibly coming here?
Hamilton will be coming back. Actually, every show that we had announced for the past season will be coming back.
Great.
Most of them in the upcoming year, some of them the year following. The scheduling won't work out the exact same way because we're working with our partner theaters all across the country, and touring multiple shows to multiple cities is a big roadmap of figuring everything out.
Sure. You know, Michael, we're used to shows that come here having a certain run. There's a certain amount of shows that they're able to put on. Do you anticipate seeing that become a little bit longer and these shows staying a little bit longer if there's a reduced capacity in the venues?
No, because again, the economics of that wouldn't work. The shows need to be able to go on to the next city. Again, if you were doing that, you'd be playing at a lower capacity. And when you have well over 100 people working each performance every night, and all the traveling costs and the startup costs of a show, you're paying all those off gradually over time. It is a very tricky endeavor, and which is why a lot of shows on Broadway don't recoup their investments and close without ever repaying their investors. What we see on the road are the shows that have been really successful on Broadway and that we want our Buffalo audiences to see. They deserve to see it.
Now, Michael, let me ask you, beyond Broadway shows, Shea's also used in many different capacities, especially for weddings. So what does the future look like in terms of weddings and nuptials?
We were able to do some weddings in the fall, last summer and fall, as things slightly reopened, and we're hoping we will be able to do that again in the coming months. But we're very strict on the protocols. Everyone has to keep their mask on except when they're dining. We bring their drinks to them, their food is served to them. There's no dancing, so it's we're very cautious and require everyone to be very safe.
Very interesting. Well, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of interesting information coming out of that interview. We are looking forward to having those shows back for sure. Now, you can check out the story right now in the survey that Shea sent to supporters right now online at WKBW.com. Michael, again, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, we love Sheas, and we are so excited to get back, hopefully sooner rather than later. Again, that story available for you right now on WKBW.com.